What's up, guys? So today we are going to try and extract the broken exhaust manifold bolts. It's inside the head, it's not sticking out. Normally if it was protruding outside of the hole or outside of the head, I would put a nut over it and weld it. Because these are cast heads, not aluminum, I'm not going to go doing that. That's kind of last resort. I will try and do that if this doesn't work. What we're going to do today is drill them out, and then I have this kit from Snap-on, which you drill a hole into the bolt and then you use one of these. So you tap this in after you drill it, and you go to the left and it grabs the inside of the hole after you drill out the stud, and it'll pull it out. So we're going to try and do that first before we try and weld on a nut onto this stud, just because we don't want to mess up and weld to the head by accident, and that'll just make a bunch more problems. So we're going to hit it with a center punch, drill it out nice and slow, as straight as we can into the center of the bolt, and then we're going to pull it out that way. I'm going to give it a shot anyway, see if it works. If not, then we'll go back to welding a nut on there and taking it out that way. So we got our hole drilled. We're going to take our tap, this bad boy here, and while you tap it in, you can feel it turning and twisting because it's trying to grab the inside of the stud. Oh, dang. So that sounds good. Broke the end of the tool off inside. Probably should have heated up the head to help with getting it out. F word. So we are going to weld the nut on. Gave it a shot, broke. That's okay, we'll get her out. So we're gonna pull the welder over and weld the nut on. Okay, so I have the welder pulled up. Nut. Just gonna get it flat and center as possible. But the same size as the stud. So try to keep this from not hitting the head. So I have done this before where the weld doesn't penetrate good enough and it just snaps off. Kind of happens here and there, and you just keep attempting it until it goes. You're gonna let that cool down a little bit, and I'm also going to heat up the head with a torch just to give it a little extra heat. broke right off, which is common. It does happen. So weld on another one, try it again. So that's one. We got one more on the other side to do. We're probably just going to skip the tap or the easy out and just go straight to welding a nut on. Came out really good. Didn't mess up any of the threads. So it looks good. Clean it up. And good to go. So let's move to the other side and do the exact same thing. Okay, so here we're on the other side. This is the front exhaust port. Sticking out a little bit further, but we're just going to do the same thing. Put a nut on there, weld it, see if it comes up. There we go. Got it. So what I did different on this one, I actually, okay, what I did differently this time was I just welded to the end of the stud to just create kind of a nipple off the end, and then that gave me more to weld to when I put the nut on, and it worked banging. So now it's out. Just going to clean up the surface where the manifold goes, and then just continue cleaning the block so we can paint that. The valve covers and intake are on, so that's good. Truck should be coming in the shop tonight to get the engine and tranny pulled. Front clip's off, engine just needs to get pulled, and then start cleaning up the frame a bit so we can paint it before putting this motor and the transmission back in. So yeah, that's the two studs out. Took about, I don't know, a couple minutes per side, nothing crazy. A lot of people get scared of these. It's a little daunting, but they just think it's broke, it's fucked, right? But it's not. I've done a lot of 5.4s, but they're aluminum head, and they just corrode and break. A lot of the times the studs are kind of just wobbly in there, and you can screw them out, or you have to do what I just did to get them all out, weld the shit out of them, and sometimes it takes a couple tries to get the stud out, but eventually they do come out.